Hello and welcome back to Songs of Six. Look at them, brothers. We got them. Here they are. The Cantors. We have 29 Cantors because that's our max allowed. I think we can get this 30th one. I'm going to see. Last time I went to 30, I lost them because if you go over the amount that's in the havens, they get mad and they leave. It's kind of weird. It's kind of the way that Jake gets them to stay out of your city if they're not supposed to be. Also, god dang, our tilapies are low on numbers here. Let's actually give them a day off here. Welcome back, welcome back. We have so much to go over. I wanted to show you guys the Cantors first because they are the best. They're the most bombastic. This isn't where they live. This is just where they live when they train. They only train. That's their whole life. That's their whole job and goal, but they do have odd jobs apparently because I don't want them to be doing a job. I primarily want them to be in the army training. We have these guys training up, deployable. 29 of them currently need to train 25 so they can get to 100% training. We've got all kinds of stuff supporting these guys so that their region doesn't have to do with anything. They have a market, they have a food stall, they have wells, hearth, all kinds of access to pillars and statues, a shrine to a Thuri, as well as a stage, a pool, a bathhouse. They're going to need a lavatory in here. They have a tavern. They're one of the only people who have an actual tavern attached to their area. And they also are attached to the smithy. I had intended them to be kind of like giant smithies, the super smithies, because they're actually very good at smithing and other refinement, all kinds of work. But like I said, I'd rather them be troops. One Cantor is worth like 100 men, for real. So it's much better to keep them as troops and keep them from doing other jobs. That's my opinion, though. So we went over here, and this is something that I'm very proud of. You can see all of them have white hair. These are the retirees. If I go into my access for occupation here, we have 23% retirement. We need to get 2.5 to get the current fulfillment up there. But currently we're at 23%, which is basically about a quarter, obviously. We're not even close to near how many we could retire. And I think it's primarily because we have tons of Garthimes. We have tons and tons of Garthimes. They are our second most populated species in this game right now with us. And I need to change that, actually. I'd like to do something like that. We need to have like double the amount of humans that we have for every other race, and I especially have the housing for it. So we went in here and I decorated this area with the intent of, we got a giant graveyard, of course, to appease these old dying people and make their lives a little bit better. We've got a crypt over here. It appears that, yep, there's no space in the crypt anymore for people, but that's fine because they've still got this giant-ass graveyard. There's plenty of space in here for them. And there's housing along the side for each species. So if there's a retiree of each species, you can see there's more of the Garthimi retirees than there are of the Tilapies or the Amevians, because they live a lot longer. And then the Cretonians, and then humans, and Dondarians. So, surprisingly, this setup actually does work. I didn't think that it would. Kind of thought that they wouldn't live over here, but they do. So all the retirees, for the most part, that need to be over here are here. And there's space for 500 retirees in here. Oh, actually, I give them space for more. I didn't know why that was lowered down. Can I check the occupation now? That changed. 26%. Yeah, we've got some more space. There we go. So there was a lot more space in here. I thought there was. So 678 retirees can go in here. We got a janitor, a little warehouse behind it, a physician, and a bathroom for all the retirees to go to the bathroom. A food stall, and that's tucked in with all these regular houses. All kinds of different workers and people live here. They're mostly humans. And we have our arena, fight pit. Bunch of wells. I did a purposeful attempt to get as many wells in here as possible, and I want to upgrade them as I go along because we are getting machine parts. I have a ton of tools. I allocated tools to every single job that needs them. I should probably do it for every single job in general. Like this, charcoaler, even though I don't have one, so we don't need that. Let's put it up for bowyers, carpenter. This way we get the most bang for our buck. It looks like our people are not working at the carpenter right now. I think we are dry out of freaking Dundarians. Yep. So we're gonna have to give them some more. Constantly running out of Dundarians. Dundarians. It's a struggle. They are the most valuable thing in this city next to humans. And let's give them to the ration makers, may as well. And we don't need them for the woodcutters, so we'll just turn that off. So we've got those tools being made. I'll show you guys where in a second. But I finished doing this retirement area, which was something that I had on my mind. I'd really like to do the things that I think a lot of people find very challenging, just to see if it's possible. So like getting retirement up to past 50, stuff like that. I don't know if I can. You can see we've got finally alcohol and a good amount of paper stored away and tons of other stuff. If I look at my value right here, it says we have $59 million worth of stuff, which really is too much, and I'm trying to find ways to get rid of it. Either by turning it into actual military equipment and creating more military. So we have 3.71 thousand troopers. Tons of them. We have what I think is 900 humans. We've got 500 Dondarians, 400 Talapi bowmen, plus the 200 Talapi bowmen who are extremely well trained out in the world map. Then we also have 4 different groups of 150, so 600 Bretonians at decent training and very good leather equipment. We have, what is this? 300, 600, 900 Garthamis in 6 different regiments, and then 400 Mevians to wrap that up. You can see our populations are over here. Not a lot of the Talapis right now. They keep dropping, but I'm going to deal with them in the next one because they, I had mentioned, had gotten a glow up, kind of a glow up. I guess you could call this area a glow up. But they need a better area, and they need a specific area for them to live in, because this here needs to change. I think I'm going to turn these all into bowyers and just give the Talapis tons and tons of bowyer jobs, and I want this to be filled to the brim with bows so that there's just too much bows, and I'll start selling bows. That way, the military equipment stuff works for me like this. I could train up everybody to shoot a bow if I had bows to shoot. So that way we can protect ourselves, basically, in the event that we have to get attacked or get attacked by somebody. Let me actually fix this road here. This looks like crap. Fix that up. Yeah, it's a lot of decoration that still needs to be done. I do decorate in between. I decorated all along this here. I decorated all along the top walls and everywhere with an intent. So there's like walls that have stairs going up from one side but not on the other side. Not like I went and copied, pasted it. Some of these things, obviously, I did, like these bench designs. But that's just because I find that this is what I like. I like the statue with the little torch and a bench. So they get access to benches wherever they need. I never want to look at my environment, and I'm probably going to look at it, and it's going to say, like, yeah, 70% benches. Because this half of the city has tons, but there's certain parts that just don't have benches. Definitely have to work on that. But we went and adjusted this a little bit. I actually gave a lot more storage over here, and I built another archery range down here, and I finished the archery part of the fortress. So this is, if I zoom out, this is the North Stone Fort. It's hard to read because of the writing there, but each of these regions have a name. Florida District is the retirement. We have the Dundarian District. Obviously, this is Dundarian Mountain. The Garthami Clutch, our throne, which is tucked into the clutch. We've got the Human Gold District, because this is where the golden, the most valuable humans, the Royal District. I couldn't call it Royal District because there's not enough room in the text. I needed to go and write this as the New Amevian District, and I'll show you guys that. And we have this fort. Oh yeah, we got main storage. I think that was it. And then we have the Machine Mountain, because this is where all the machine parts are coming from, or going to be coming from. And like I said, I did a lot of stuff, so I had to go over a lot of things, which kind of helps you guys out. This is what a lot of people want to see, more and more stuff. So here it is. This is what you get, you motherfuckers. We went and decorated this the same way. It's basically like a mirrored image, so there's enough room through here, like for at least 380 people of each race to live. Definitely a little under what I need for them, because you can see there's 276, but when they're training, it's okay if they're not all housed, as long as most of them are housed. And you can see, this is what I'm most proud of. This right here, you got 17 Kryptonians who are homeless, 4 Garthimes, 1 human, 6 Amevians, and 2 Talapis, minus all these bastards who don't matter. That's out of 5.9 thousand population. I have literally like 0.0005% homelessness. That is amazing stats. That's very good stats. And that's probably one of my best for any city, hands down. I have also expanded this, so we have these guys working, tailoring, working hard, and they've got a little warehouse here specifically, deliberately designed to store excess leather, and actually built a... Nope, I needed to build a transport, so you can grab leather from here, and he's going to transport it over here. Or hopefully when this goes over the top, it'll start to get transported by the caravans from the world map. And then this takes the excess leather armor, brings it here. Oh my god. All these animals, where are they? Where are you? Oh, they're like on top of the pasture, because, or on top of the food stall. Frickin' dang old animals. I think there's one up here too. Get off my wall! But yes, they take the leather armor, they toss it in the transport, they deliver it here. So there's a lot of space. There's only 20 storage crates allocated for these, but there's obviously 180. So we have a lot of space for armor and weapons and all this stuff. It's actually insane how much stuff I could probably store when it comes to weaponry. And the same goes for these. Each one is 20, and I'm going to drop this down to 10 and 10 for the purpose of this should only have enough for just a small amount of guys to grab weapons and armor on the bow side. Mostly going to be weapons like plate armor and stuff like that are going to be from here. And then we have our third. This is a much more tight storage area because it's designed for the supply depot. So we have this little building here, and it's getting supplied by that other transport depot as well. And there are transport depots over here. If I can find where they are, they're right here. They are delivering resources from these smithies, but each one of these smithies is going to get an upgrade soon because they are not producing near enough the weapons to what we're creating for metal and coal. So what's going to happen is likely this will stay like that, and I might put in more smithies over here for the machining. We might open, I think I'll actually probably open this mountain up and turn this whole area into... Oh, nice big old toot right in my ear. I was like sky high and I heard that toot. We need to put a definite amount of effort into making smithies though. He threw me off my game so hard right there. I don't know if I want to put it here. They'll have to deliver the iron and the metal and the coal over here. But it would make sense because it would be right next to the military zone. And they would easily be able to deliver it there. Either way, I'm going to have to deliver it across the city. So I'll have to get something open. And we have another food stall over here. And I have plans to keep expanding out this way, like I said. This is going to be Kryptonian Talapi zone. And then we'll have more Amevians along the water. And speaking of Amevians, we kind of have something of a Amevian zone. We moved all of the asylums. We had a lot of crazy people. So there are 30, 60... There's 120 spaces for deranged people, and if I look, they're all pretty much full. We have a lot of crazy people. They're always constantly being deranged, and I can't really deal with that. I don't know if there's a technology. I looked through the tree. I don't think there is. I think that I just have to constantly keep building more and more asylums. It's kind of ridiculous how many asylums you need, especially what's going on. I have 5,000 population, 6,000 population. I have 120 insane. No homeless people though, I guess. So that's fine. But yeah, we got our tilapia nursery. We've got two of them. I'm actually going to expand it and probably put a third, and then 3 of the Crotonians. And then we have 3 human nurseries right here, with space for plenty of more to go down. And we also have the school up in here for the humans to go to. And there's a little hauler over here for them to deliver things to. They're not filling this up as fast as I'd like, so I'm probably going to have to turn this into a warehouse and then get a transport delivering straight here. They can grab from. And then fill the school up with extra paper. So that all these little kids learn and get smarter and a little better at what they're doing. So, what's going on here? Is this not designated housing or something? Oh, I guess I left it open. I guess I left them free reign. Free choice. No, you don't get a choice. It's humans. Yes, so here we are. We have the extended housing. So this is just kind of housing for Garthimes who are over here doing warehouse jobs, doing whatever. Same with the Crotonians and Tilapies. We have tons of Tilapies working in these nurseries, so we had to put a little bit of a nursery housing zone for them here, and across the street, if you look, there is some housing for them as well. We have our pumps here, and they connect up to the other pumps at a certain point. I think, no, actually, I'm wrong. I did have them connected up. My goal was to have them connected up back here. I probably will remove those pumps and actually adjust the way they look and make them look a little bit more pleasing. But honestly, it's not too bad. I just dislike these two. I think these two look terrible. I think I just need to make it go up a little bit more, kind of fit the theme. Put a janitor on this corner with a warehouse to keep this area up and running. Some speakers, some wells, and a hearth. And then we have the what I call long row of Amevian housing, which really they don't live in. And then we go down and down. We got the fight pit, which is upgraded. We've got a warehouse, secondary warehouse for the Amevian zone. Tons and tons of stuff coming in here constantly. We got 2 massage parlors. We've got a stage, bunch of hearths, speakers, wells, the giantest food stall they possibly could ever need. We've got a hospital, lavatory, physician, janitor, warehouse, and all of the housing that they possibly need in this Amevian zone. This is the new, improved, upgraded, special Amevian zone. And let's actually make this blue. Blue Abadiba. Amevia Beach. Yeah. There you go, Amevia Beach. And that way, these guys are happy. They're actually one of the happiest people in this society, surprisingly. Despite being incredibly racist, they are so happy that they have no problems. But others seem to be at odds with what's going on. I don't really know why, but I have to get into that later. The Dundarians usually are unhappy because I'm constantly immigrating them, and that just kind of negatively affects their happiness anyways. But we've also got the Amevian hatcheries. We've got space for 52 in each one of these, but I don't think that they have enough reproduction capability yet to actually hit full on all of these. So at the moment, they're about half or quarter, each of them. Eventually, matter of fact, we'll give them an artificial boost here. Eventually, we'll hit the point where these guys are all filled up. Because they are really, really good troopers. They are some of the best melee, infantry, archers, everything. They're all around the best troops. We also gave him Barber, too. We gave him a nice old Barber. I'm running out of oxygen. There's so much stuff that I did for these Amevians, and just in general. Because as you get into this late game, you just start to do tons and tons of stuff. Like this, I put in an embassy. I have been testing and experimenting with the embassy, and I honestly think that for what they're worth, I have 136 ambassadors. They're using jewels and fabric to produce a value basically non-existent, because what they're doing for me is they are making this ruler unhappy. If I wanted to, technically they could be making him happy, but my goal is to make him unhappy, so he declares war on me, and it's a war of protection and not aggression, so that my neighbors don't think I'm being a jerk. Do I need to do this? I have 4 million and plus the 59 million resources. No, I do not need to do that at all. I could just easily mop the floor with them. Every single nation, I could go and buy mercs, sell them, get puppet nations, exploit them, do all that stuff that you know how to do. But it's not necessary. I'm having much more fun doing this method here, creating my armies, actually trying to create a world army, which surprisingly is difficult. We do have a recon force here. These guys are training. They need to regroup. They lost about, 173 total guys. A lot of them due to friendly fire, actually. Probably all of them are friendly fire. Because they are archers, they accidentally shoot themselves in the back of the head, or shoot friendlies in the back of the head. So, oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, we went and fixed up this area a little bit. We gave them a nice smithy for tools. The tools was a big issue that I was running into. So we have this warehouse here with 23,000 storage for tools, as well as this little smithy here for that. We have this stone warehouse. Oh my god. This is why I did that. Why I have them just specifically for one resource. Just so that I could see all the crates full. Just full up with all of that resource. Because if they're not, they kind of intermingle them like this. But look at that. That is something else. That's just one crate. One dang old crate empty. But still, so good, so good. And the transporters are doing their job. That's them. They're taking stuff from the other warehouse and they're bringing it here. And the world map is actually producing more. But it's just that transporters are keeping up with it and they're delivering it so effectively. They don't have to worry. And the masons here really aren't keeping up with the production of cut stone necessary to actually use up all that stone. These are the other houses in here. Little metal smelter. And like I said, I have to expand out Machine Mountain. There's a lot more to do. Machine Mountain obviously is going to be making machine parts out of that all that iron. So we'll probably get a new carpenter. Big old carpenter over here. And honestly, this mountain over here just looks kind of good. There's a lot more of this map to occupy and abuse and use. And I'm really looking forward to it. And I also had to expand some of the housing. What's most weird, and I think they'll probably still be doing it. No, they're not. The ambassadors were, when I first got them, spending a lot of weird time over here. So if you do get ambassadors, or any person who's leaving the map, you might want to build your embassy close to the region's border. Like, this is close enough where it's not too bad. They all live here. All the ambassadors live here, for the most part. A lot of, yeah, not all of them, but a lot of them are living here. Yeah, here's a bunch of them. And they actually go here and they travel to the world map region border here, and then they leave. But when they come back, they're usually a little hungry and a little tired and a little cold. So, like, for example, like one of the humans here, no, he's starving to death. He's just an odd job right now. I don't know why. Probably because he's an idiot and he just walked past like a food stall right here. And actually, I just realized, let me give you a door right here so that you can actually access from this side. I think that's... Is that him? No, that's not him. He's just walking really, really slowly. I don't know what's wrong with him. But yes, so you just gotta make sure you have a food stall on the border edge so that when they do come back, they can get some food or heal up from the cold or take a bath or whatever they need to do. Get all of this stuff done. And there's a little bit more housing over here, especially for that purpose, in case the ambassador wants to live here on his way back. It's weird because they live close to their job, but they also expand. They like leave the map. So I don't know why they are here half the time, considering they do leave the map. Like, I gotta honestly spend some time and follow him probably on the next one. So he's on a mission. So he comes back here. Maybe they write down messages and stuff. And then they go back out into the world map. Let's see what this guy goes and does. No, he's just going back to another table. They just switched tables. They do leave, though. I have been watching them. They were like, oh no, see, look, they're all these guys. They're on a mission. So they actually do leave the map physically. Look at age 9. Chad Kanji Goldhand here is a human plebeian. He is a serving at your pleasure as an ambassador. General health is excellent, recorded weight at 80, and height 6.7 tat, a follower over 30, which is good. Is described by others as being a solid, conservative, proud, honorable, ambitious, warlike, and modest. Resides in a humble longhouse in the south part of the city, together with all of these people who I'm not going to even attempt to name. Is not enlisted in armed forces, you bastard. Working hard for your majesty in embassy number 2. Efficiency is one of its main priorities. Always aspired to be a clerk. Okay. Feels that there are a few improvements that could be made to the city. Better access to a shrine of my religion. We want better access to lavatories of good quality. We want better access to bathhouses of good quality. I could do all of that. That's exactly the stuff that I want to see, because before they'd be like, I want a better food stall. It's like, you have the biggest food stall possible, you bastards. But it is fair that they do not have a bathhouse over here, and they only have a small lavatory. So they do need a bathhouse. And there's plenty of real estate in this area for all kinds of good stuff. So I have to figure out where I want to stick. I think, honestly, we gotta find a spot for some pumps. We might pump water from here through the back of this, through the mountain, all the way up into this area, and then pump this area full of water and keep it with bathhouses and stuff. That way we can give access to baths here. I think I'll build the bathhouse here, extra bathhouse, and then the Dondarians can access it through here. Something like that. Maybe here, too. Who knows? Regardless, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have been enjoying this series. I know it's a little conjumbled, it's a little strange, it's a little all over the place, but I've been having a great time, and I look forward to getting this city done for V.67. I gotta ask Jake when he's actually done with it. He's been in ghost mode, he's been in cooking mode, he's working very, very hard on V.67. So I try not to bother him. It sounds like I'm always bothering him, but I only send out a message like once a week. And it's usually like, I hope you're doing great, champ. I love you. And then I just move on, because the guy's got a life, you know. He's got a kid, he's got a wife. I think he's got a couple kids. So I just always try to make sure that he's doing good. And I want to make sure that this city is one of the best, most bombastic cities you guys could ever see. Although there's probably going to be a lot of other ones that come in this new update. Example cities, but you guys will potentially have the chance to look at this yourself in an edit, or you can blow it up or do whatever you want in the examples, or play with it. You could actually go along and see what I've done and get yourself invested in the map here and actually see what you can do and test out the armies, stuff like that. That's how I learned myself. I learned from playing other people's example cities and actually learning what they did. I'd sit there and be like, oh, okay, so you put the janitors attached to the warehouse instead of leaving a warehouse like all the way across the city. Janitor has to go grab. And a lot of these tips and tricks are things that I learned from just looking at example cities. So, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Say goodbye to Garliz. Oh, Galriz. He's got the Riz. There he is. How old is he though? 38. Not too bad. I'll see you later, Galriz. Bye!